Here I am again. Is this it? I want to start tonight with a very dire warning, because we're at the end, people, and people need to get this understanding. Then I'll go into all the scriptures I couldn't go into tonight. We're going to start this off with 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. We'll give ourselves a foundation here. Because, see, for 8 years, I fought. For 8 years, I didn't lay down. For 8 years, I believed in this. The very book they kept from us. The book they lied about. All right. This is called The Day of the Lord and the Man of Sin. And I'm going to read a few verses out of here so that afterwards, the scriptures I read, if this verse here, this here doesn't hit home for many that we are in the end times, then I'm sorry, folks. You still got 1.5 miles to go. But I'm willing to take that step with you guys. So I stated before, I made a promise to the Most High, and I'm going to carry through with that promise. So it says here, I'll get into why I'm changing his name in a minute. I'm saying his real name, so people will know. Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Mashiach, Yahushua, and by our gathering together unto him, that ye be not soon shaken in mind, or be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by words, nor by letter as from us, as the day of the Lord, as the day of Yahushua is at hand. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. I'm doing this because this is a dire message. This is a warning to many that want to continue to sleep. I just got through having this debate. So let's see here. For the mystery of iniquity doeth all right. Only he who will let till he be taken out of the way. Then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth and destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him who is coming is after the work of Satan, with all power, signs, and lying wonders like space, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. The truth matters. For this cause God shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie, that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. And lies, my friends, are unrighteous. States that in the very last chapter, very last book, on the very last page of this Bible here. It says here, blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life, and may enter in through the gates into the city. For without For without are dogs, sorcerers, and whoremongers, and murderers, and idolaters, and whosoever loves and makes a lie, such as space. Okay? Now that I can talk without being interrupted and this Bible not being tarnished, it called a lie, and it was not well defended tonight. So I'm going to do the defense here, because see, I believe every word that comes out of that book, regardless of worldly views. What comes out of this book matters. So I have here Jeremiah 16:19. I couldn't read it. I kept getting over-talked. The truth couldn't come out. Jeremiah 16:19 says, the Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth. From the ends. The ball does not have an end to it. And shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanity, and things wherein there is no profit. You don't profit from lies. Because Psalm 96:10 says, here, say among the heathen that the Lord reigneth. It's really that Yahuwah reigneth, right? His real name is Yahuwah. It's not Yahuwah, Yahweh, Yah. It doesn't matter, just as long as it has Yah, right? But I want to keep it right, so it's Yahuwah. Okay, some people say Yahweh. I say what I read, just for the purposes of everybody else, so they know who I'm talking about. Okay. The world also shall be established. Let's get this definition so people can understand what's being read. Establish. The world shall be set up, start, begin, initiate, form, found, create, organize, inaugurate, plant, build, construct. These are the words that are being used. So let's take these words here. Let's take these words and let's use them in said scripture in many different ways. The world also shall be formed, that it shall not be moved. Let's get this out of the Bible so you guys can know this comes out the Bible. This is Psalms 96:10. Okay? Because all the games are going to stop. I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it. I fought tooth and nail 8 years, and I ain't do it for no reason. For somebody to come and tell me that what I'm reading in my Bible, when I see with my own 2 eyes, aren't what I see. No, the numbers, they're lying. Okay? Here it is. Scripture. Verse 10. Say among the heathen that the Lord reigneth, that Yahuwah reigneth. The world also shall be established, that it shall not be moved. Which means you're not flying through space, which means the videos that I showed you were the truth. And it fits in line with the doctrine. It says here, declare his glory among the heathen, his wonders among all people. For Yahuwah is great and greatly to be praised, for he is to be feared above all gods. Notice that's a little g there. Okay? Them are fallen angels. For all the gods of the nations are idols, but Yahuwah made the heavens. Honor and majesty are before him. Strength and beauty are his sanctuary. The Lord, give unto the Lord, O ye kindreds of the people. Give unto Yahuwah glory and strength. Give unto Yahuwah the glory due unto his name. Bring an offering and come into his courts. O worship Yahuwah in the beauty of his holiness. Fear before him all the earth. Say among the heathen that the Lord reigneth. The world, what? Shall also, what? Let's use this word that's used in here so it can be understood. The world shall also be set up, that it shall not be moved. He shall judge the people righteously. Let the heavens rejoice. Let the earth be glad. Let the sea roar, the fullness thereof. Let the field be joyful. Let all that is therein. Then shall all the trees and the woods rejoice before Yahuwah, for he cometh to judge the earth. He shall judge the world with righteousness and the people with his truth. He's going to judge you by his truth. So when he says the world started and it's not going to be moved, when he said it was set up, it's not going to be moved. Let's go here into another verse here, just to make this very clear. The Bible is 100% truth, and you're not going to get around it. Isaiah 48:13. Okay, there's many verses. It's not just Isaiah 40:22, the circle of the earth. It gives you many descriptions. Okay, let's go into Isaiah 48 here. Okay, there's many descriptions. You guys might want to write this down and go and study these scriptures. Read it in full. I'm just going to touch on certain points. Isaiah 48:13. Okay, let's read what the Bible says. Let's hear the truth. Mine hand, this is Yahuwah, the creator, God, whoever you want to call him. Mine hand also hath laid the foundations of the earth. My right hand hath spanned out the heavens. When I call unto them, they stand up together. All ye, assemble yourselves in here, which among them have declared these things. Yahuwah hath loved him. He will do his pleasure on Babylon, and his arm shall be on the Chaldeans. Okay, let's go into something else. Isaiah 44:24. Once again, this is another Bible verse in a different spot. 24. What does it say? Thus saith the Lord, thy Redeemer, and he that formed thee from the womb. I am Yahuwah that maketh all things, that stretched forth the heavens alone, and spread abroad the earth by myself. Let's see what abroad means. Come on, guys. This is very simple. He's telling you how he created the earth. Abroad. Okay? Abroad. Okay? In or to a foreign country of countries, made in different directions over a wide area. Let's see this. Wide, far and wide, everywhere, here, there, and everywhere, in all directions, all about, around, forth, publicly. How is everything publicly seen by God under the ball? It doesn't make sense. Let's keep going because there's plenty more. Okay? Second Colossians. These are New Testament and Old Testament. Okay? Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the traditions of men, after the rudiments of the world. Job 38:4. Where wast thou when I laid the foundations of the earth? Declare if thou hast understanding. Genesis. God said, let there be a firmament. Right? Job 37:18. Right? Job 37:18. Hast thou with him spread out the sky, which is strong and as a molten looking glass? Psalms 19:1. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. Galatians 5:22 and 23. Right? But that's something else. 1 Corinthians 3:19. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with God, with Yah. For it is written, he taketh up the wise in their own craftiness. Now let's go here. I got scriptures here that are written down. I had it for the debate, but I couldn't get into it. Why? Because I kept getting overtalked, and these gatekeepers that don't want the truth to come out hate the Bible. They hate the Bible. They mentioned it. They said it over and over. They don't want to hear it. They mock God's words over and over. I don't see how nothing was a spark about that. See, it says be zealous. We're not to be unevenly yoked with non-believers. We're not, if you're a believer, you're not supposed to be unevenly yoked. That means agreeing with non-believers. So you compromise when you believe the non-believers. Here we have it. Get all these scriptures. I don't care how many videos I got to do, too. I'm going to do a part 2, part 3, part 4. It doesn't matter. Let's see. Isaiah 44, 45. Next chapter, verse 12. Same description. I have made the earth and created man upon it. I, even my hands, have stretched out the heavens, and all their host have I commanded. I have raised up in the righteousness. I have raised him up in righteousness, and I will direct his ways. He shall build my city. He shall let go my captives for, talks about that. Okay, let's get more. Isaiah 48:13, I read that. Jeremiah 10:12. Okay, Jeremiah, right? We'll go to Jeremiah 10:12. Because when are the lies going to stop? When is anybody going to stand up for what's true? If you know it's a lie, you find out it's a lie, you see it's a lie, but Most High has people under a strong delusion that don't want to believe the truth. Here it is. He hath made the earth by his power. He hath established, there's that word again, the world by his wisdom, and have stretched out the heavens by his discretion. When he utter his voice, there is a multitude of waters in the heavens. And he causeth the vapors to ascend from the ends of the earth. He maketh lightnings with rain, and bringeth forth wind out of his treasures. So how do you know that? Where his stuff is? It says, every man is brutish in his knowledge. Every founder is confounded by the graven image, for his molten image is falsehood, like the ball, and there is no breath in them. let's keep going, because all these scriptures are going to cut and they're going to hurt. I'm sorry. Heaven's dealing with the water above, right? You guys could, pause it, go read these scriptures. Let's look at Joshua, right? Let's look at Joshua, page 211. Let's see what Joshua said when these people came to him, testing him in his faith. And boy, were they fooled when the sun stood still, not the earth, the sun. Because the sun is the only thing that moves, not the earth. Because the earth is established that it shall not be moved. Period. So if you go against the Bible, then you have a problem there. When I say man did not create the earth, you need to hear that. God created this, and his word stands alone. And this is the word I stand on, alone. Because, see, I'm not going to mess up and go to the pit. Because this all is here for you to read. It's in the book for a reason. And if it wasn't supposed to be there, it wouldn't be there. Let's see. Joshua 10:13. But we're going to read it in context. So it said, and Yahuwah said unto Joshua, fear them not, for I have delivered them into thine hand. There shall not a man of them stand before thee. Joshua therefore came unto them suddenly and went up from Gilgal all night. And when Yahuwah discomfited them before Israel, and slew them with a great slaughter at Gibeon, and chased them along the way that goeth up to Beth Horon, thus, and smote them to Azekah and Mekeda. I'm going to slaughter these names. Here it is. And it came to pass, that means it happened, as they fled from before Israel and were in the going down to Beth Horon, that Yahuwah cast down great stones from heaven upon them unto Azekah. And they died. They were more which died with hailstones than they whom the children of Israel slew with the sword. And Joshua spake to Yahuwah in the day when Yahuwah delivered up the Amorites before the children of Israel. It's not the children, but the children of Israel. And said, Israel's Jacob, by the way, his name was changed to Israel in Genesis 35. And he said, in the sight of Israel, sun, look at the word, sun, shining light, stand thou still upon Gibeon. Don't move, sun. And thou moon in the valley of Ajalon. And the sun stood still. If the sun isn't moving, then how's it going to stop? And the moon stayed until the people have avenged themselves upon their enemies. Is not this written in the book of Jasher? So the sun stood still in the midst of heaven and hastened not to go down about a whole day. Now, if the earth is spinning, how is that possible? It doesn't work. Now, let's get into more, because it's going to be killers all over the place. Psalms 93, verse 1. Okay? This is how you defend your faith faithfully when you come up against opponents. But sadly, I couldn't do that because, the circumstances. You know, I was going up against people that don't believe the Bible, that's just put out there to discredit the truth about the Bible. And people bite that apple, right? So what is it? Psalms 93, right? This is in the Bible. All you gotta do is open it, read it, understand it. Very simple. Fifth grader, my nieces and nephews, if they read it, they could understand it. Psalms 93. Here's that same wording, because he doesn't change, right? The Lord reigneth, Yahuwah reigneth. He is clothed with majesty. Yahuwah is clothed with strength, wherewith he hath girded himself. The world, the earth, also is established that it cannot be moved. Thy throne is established of old. Thou art from everlastings. Okay? Here's a perfect example here of how the earth can never be a ball. Never be a ball. Remember the flood of Noah? Remember what happened in the flood? Let's go back to Genesis 6 here. This is in the beginning, like he said. It said here, we all know about the flood, right? And God said unto Noah, all the end of flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them, and behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Make thee an ark of gopher wood. Rooms shalt thou make in the ark, shall pitch. So he's talking about that, right? So let's skip down here, right? And behold, I, even I, do bring wait. Let's get this. This is what Yahuwah says. He said, a window shalt thou make in the ark, and a cubit of furnish it above, and the door of the ark. All right, so he was telling him to make the ark. And he said, behold, I, even I, do bring a flood of waters upon the earth to destroy all flesh, wherein is there the breath of life from under heaven, and everything that is in the earth shall die. But with thee I will establish my covenant, and thou shalt come into the ark, thou and thy sons, and thy wife, and thy sons' wives with thee, and every living thing of all flesh, two of every sort shalt thou bring to the ark, and to keep them alive with thee. They shall be made male and female. Of the fowls, of the cattle, creeping thing, tells them his food. So it said again, he said, and Yahuwah said unto Noah, come, thou and all thy house into the ark, for thee I have seen righteousness before me in this generation. Now, this is somebody, I'm going to answer somebody's question in this video also. They said that in Genesis 9, God's covenant confirmed that when Noah was out of the ark, that all manner of beasts, no, not all. In Genesis 7, it clearly states what kind of animals he told Noah to take in that ark. It was clean. So when you want to find out what the clean animals are, you go into Deuteronomy 14, Leviticus 11. Okay. Of every clean beast thou shalt take to thee by sevens, the male and his female, and the beasts that are not clean by two, the male and his female. The fowls also So just keep it on topic, the flood, right? He flooded the whole earth. Okay? So how did he flood the whole earth? Right? How did he flood the whole earth if the earth's a ball? Hello? When you look at that flat earth, as a matter of fact, let's bring that up. When I showed this picture here, that was just totally dismissed, misled, no, just totally destroyed. Because it's true, right? Here we go. Biblical flat earth. And when you hit the images, guess what it brings up? All this, right? You gotta excuse my phone. For some odd reason, my phone is just acting weird now. You know. But hey, it don't matter. I'm just, I'm starting to get worn out by this whole thing anyway. So when you see the ancient Hebrew conception of the universe, let's get a look in here. They viewed the sky as a vault resting on foundations, perhaps mountains with doors and windows that let in the rain. Yah dwelt above the sky, hidden in cloud and majesty. The world was viewed as a disk floating on the waters, secure or moored by pillars. The earth was also only known domain by the realm beyond it is considered unknowable, right? Because NASA knows the underworld, Sheol, is a watery or dusty prison from which no one returned. Regardless, as a physical place beneath the earth, it could be reached only through death. Okay? So when you see this, you see that the sun and the moon rest in here. The clouds are right there. The waters above in the sky and the earth and the pillars. Let's get this out of Samuel here. 1 Samuel 2:8, right? 1 Samuel 2:8. When it talks about pillars, it means pillars. It doesn't mean anything else. 1 Samuel 2, verse 8. Who created the earth? Man or God? Man or Yah? Right? Sure wasn't man. So who do you believe? Okay? You can't have it both ways. Verse 8. Here you go. In the Bible, he raiseth up the poor out of the dust. He lifteth up the beggar from the dunghill. He to set them among princes and to make them inherit the throne of glory. For the pillars of the earth are Yahuwah's, and he hath set the world upon them. You see that? You see how these are pillars of the earth and how he set the earth upon it? It's very clear to understand. It's no mysteries. It's very simple when you don't take his words out of context. You read it for what they are. What else do we got? Psalms 102:25. Come on, we're going to keep going here. What are you going to do? Deny what the Bible say now? I mean, come on. Wake up. What is it? Psalms 102:25. This is why I wish I had more time. And this is why I wish I was debating somebody that was open-minded. Because you can't debate a closed-minded person. They just don't understand these things. Psalms 102:25. Psalms 102:25. Of old hast thou laid the foundation of the earth, and the heavens are the work of thy hands. His hands, not the man's, not NASA, not these dirtbags I had to debate today or yesterday. Okay? Let's continue. Psalms 104, right? Verse 2. Who covers thyself with light and with garment? Who stretches out the heavens like a curtain? Who layeth the beams of the chambers in the waters? Who maketh the clouds his chariot? Who walketh upon the wings of the wind? Who maketh the angels spirits? His ministries are flaming. His ministers a flaming fire. Who have laid the foundations of the earth, that it should not be moved forever? Removed forever. Thou coverest with the deep as with a garment. The waters stood above the mountains. At thy rebuke they fled. At the voice of thy thunder they hasted away. They go up by the mountains, they go down by the valleys into the place which thou hast founded for them. Thou hast set a bound that they may not pass over, that they turn not again to cover the earth. He sendeth the springs into the valleys, which run along the hills. He's telling you. It's not a mystery. Let's keep going here. Psalms 19:1. It's all over the place. How many do I need to go to? Here, listen. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. Day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Their line, the horizon, their line is gone out through all the earth, and their words unto the end of the world. In them hath he set a tabernacle for the sun, which is as a bridegroom coming out of his chamber, and rejoices as a strong man to run a race. His going forth from the end of heaven, and his circuits unto the ends of it. And there is nothing hid from the heat thereof. The law of Yahuwah is perfect, not the law of Pythagorean or all these men converting the soul. The testimony of Yahuwah is sure, making wise the simple. The statutes of Yahuwah are right, rejoicing the heart. The commandment of Yahuwah is pure, enlightening the eyes. The fear of Yahuwah is clean, enduring forever. The judgments of Yahuwah are true and righteous altogether. More to be desired than they than gold, than much fine gold, sweeter also than honey and the honeycomb. Moreover, by them is thy servant warned, and in keeping of them there is great reward. Who can understand his errors? Cleanse thou me from secret faults. Keep back thy servant also from presumptuous sins. Let them not have dominion over me. Then shall I be upright, and I shall be innocent from the great transgression. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Yahuwah, my strength and my Redeemer. Okay, let's continue because this is really getting redundant, right? Let's go into Psalms 148 here. Actually, I think I did that. Let's go somewhere else. Let's go into some New Testament. Acts 10:11 and Acts 11:15. New Testament. Ain't nothing changed. From the old to the new, nothing changed. People, man changed God. This is what people are doing. You're changing his truth into a lie. Stop it. It's not going to work. You're not fooling him. And you're not fooling me either. Acts 10:11 and 11:15. Acts 10:11 states, "And I saw heaven open, and a certain vessel descending unto him. Excuse me. As it had been a great sheet knit at the four corners, let down to the earth." Four corners. What do you know? You don't get four corners on a ball earth. 11:15, because it gets redundant when you keep reading these scriptures, right? And you keep going all over the place and you see stuff like this. 11:15 states, "And as I began to speak," wait, is that even right? Acts 11:15. Oh no, that's something else. Let's move along. Matthew 4:8. Right? Let's go into the very beginning of the New Testament. Matthew 4:8. Matthew 4:8 states, "And again the devil taketh him up into a exceeding high mountain, and showed him all the kingdoms of the world and the glory of them." Well, problem is, if I'm on a high mountain, say, just for purposes, right? Oh, wait. You see that? Ball earth theory? It's a theory? It's not fact? What? But hey, that's just me, right? These are biblical facts. Let's just say here, if Satan took Yehoshua to a very high mountain to show him all the kingdoms of the earth, how in the heck do you think it's going to be possible on this? Unless you're saying the scriptures is lying, and unless you're saying that God's not true and that man is. See, this Bible says, "Let God be true and every man a liar." But tonight man was true and God was made the liar because the worldview. Though I keep saying the Bible is a flat earth book from cover to cover, it doesn't change a bit. Not one bit for you or me. And when you go outside, it's going to remain the same. It ain't going to grow into a ball overnight. And it ain't going to change, I'm sorry. Daniel 4:11, back to the Old Testament. You know, we can bounce around all over the place and it's just going to keep saying flat, flat, flat. Because it's not a ball. I haven't seen a verse yet that said the earth's a ball. Not yet, not one description. You know, can't be no pillars on that. We know that, right? Can't be no pillars on that. Sorry. I'm just sorry. It just can't be. You see it for yourselves. Daniel 4:11. The prophets, right? Remember what he said about believing the prophets, and if you don't believe the prophets, how are you going to believe his words? You can't. Because, see, you can't have it both ways. It has to be one way or the other. You can't serve two masters. You cannot eat at the Lord's table and eat at the table of demons and devils as well. You can't do it. Because you're going to love one and hate the other. You're going to, take to one and despise the other. You can't serve God and mammon. You can't serve God and NASA. You can't serve God and science. You can't serve heaven and space. Doesn't mix. 4:11 in Daniel. And this is the last one. I'll continue this tomorrow. Because, see, it's going to get redundant when I start it back up tomorrow. I'm going to go through this whole Bible. And I'm going to say, find me however many passages you could see that describes the earth as a ball, and you will never find it. Because when he describes the earth, he describes it the way he created it. Sorry, but it does not work. And if it doesn't work, it's wrong. Here, it states about a tree growing, right? It says here, the tree grew and was strong, and the height thereof reached unto heaven, and the sight thereof unto the end of all the earth. So that means, how can this tree grow and you see it on the other side of the earth? It doesn't work. It does not work. Now, on the flat earth, it works because it's the truth. Let's see here. For the coup de grace, ball earth, right? Ball earth. See why the flat earth is so important. Ball earth versus flat earth. We're going to get this picture. We're going to see why it's so important. See how they make it look ridiculous? I want to get one. Of the one that I always show. Hopefully it's still here. Okay, they try and tell you that the sun doesn't get smaller. See that? Sunset on the flat earth, local sun. Okay? They don't explain that. They don't explain how the sun, they believe in the ball, which supports the 93 million miles away. And you go back and look at that debate. They didn't explain why the sun looks like this so close to the earth. Even when I showed the airplane and the clouds, they just kept throwing out stupid numbers. That's all they could do is throw out stupid numbers because it doesn't mean a thing. See, there's a difference between a circle and a ball. This is a ball. This is a circle. You see the difference? Here. The foundations for evolution, the Big Bang, atheism, alien seeding, paganism, the occult, the New World Order, and the satanic world control. But the flat earth, as I showed you through scripture, described in the Bible, validates the Bible, scientifically proven, points to God alone as creator, blows Satan's deception wide open. Now do you see why they are lying? They're hiding God from you through their lies, their truth about God and his word. Shalom. And if you don't understand that, the time is coming where you need to pick a side. Is it going to be God's word or man's word? Your choice, make the right one.